Hello and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of September. Please remember this is a general reading. There will be parts that do not resonate. Please take what does and leave the rest. You may also want to check out your other signs. Also, I've already meditated on these cards and I've shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today, Sagittarius. In the past position, we have the Chariot as well as the Queen of Cups. We've got the Two of Wands clarified by the High Priestess in the obstacle position. We have the Star and the Nine of Wands in the present, as well as the Two of Cups in the future outcome clarified by the Eight of Cups. In the past position, Sagittarius, you've got the Chariot, which is generally a very positive card. It's a card of progress. It's a card of moving forward. It's a card of maybe not seeing the road ahead of you, but proceeding, kind of by having faith, that the road will unravel as you go. And because you already had certain attributes that helped you overcome different obstacles, you knew that you were able to, reach your destination. And it is clarified by the Queen of Cups, which is neither a positive nor a negative kind of card. It's a card of a person who controls their emotions very well, and it's also sometimes a little bit of a melancholy card, because the cup in this card is closed, so you do not see what is inside the cup, indicating to us that this is a person who is able to hide their emotions well, and to use their emotions to their advantage. Perhaps it's a person who is looking towards the past and maybe thinking that the past had wonderful memories, and sort of reminiscing and holding on that. But I mean, generally it is a positive card because it's, it represents a nurturing female. It represents a female in your life that cares very much, most likely a mother, an older sister, an older friend, someone, maybe an older coworker, someone that has that caring kind of effect on you, influence on you, if you will. The reminder here, both with the Chariot and the Queen of Cups, is to be in touch with your emotions. Don't ignore how you feel. Don't ignore, even if the emotions are maybe negative at times, make sure that you do not ignore, even if it is like anger or resentment, because, not ignoring them gets them kind of through you a little faster so they don't linger. Maybe you remember, maybe your memory of what you learned from that does linger, but the actual emotion does not. It kind of prevents you from moving forward, if you don't sort of ignore your emotions or suppress your emotions. But the Chariot is a very good omen. It suggests that in the past you had a victory. It suggests that in the past you achieved something, you got the goal, you had a dream come true, and you did that because you were able to control your emotions, because you were able to be smart about what you say, because you were smart about how you feel, and acknowledging the emotions that you feel, recognizing them, working through them, and not necessarily showing it to the world, but doing it sort of, with yourself or to yourself. This combination to me suggests that you're a relatively strong person. You do have faith. You do believe. You've been through quite a bit. Perhaps you've been through things that other people have not been through. Definitely, you stand out as a person who chooses, makes decisions carefully and follows through, and is kind of a stickler of making sure that their dreams get achieved. You definitely have become stronger as a result of the Chariot in your past, and you've learned from that. You use the lesson that you've learned from that in the situation that come up, and it to me suggests that you're quite successful because you've got the Star in the present, you've got the Two of Cups in the present. Definitely, you have a very, very good grasp on something. You're smart, and you stand out as well. In the obstacle position, we have the Two of Wands clarified by the High Priestess. The Two of Wands generally is a positive card, suggesting that a person is holding a hand, a globe, a planet in their hands. To me, it could mean that maybe, sometimes the world gets too small, like you need to venture out. But it also means that you are hungry for new adventures. You're hungry for something new. The routine, the staleness of just day-to-day activities is kind of weighing on you, and you may feel a little bit resentful. You may feel a little bit just kind of going stir crazy even. The Two of Wands is all about planning and moving forward. But when it appears in the obstacle position, it could mean that you've ignored something very important. Maybe you ignored some plans that you needed to pay attention to. Maybe you kind of feel a little lost, not sure of what you want, not sure of which direction you should move forward. Maybe that is creating a little bit of negativity inside of you, tension, a little bit of stress. Nothing that's major, nothing that is overly, kind of paralyzing or something. It's just not, feeling very sure of what your goals are, or what direction you should move. Just not feeling super optimistic at sorry, at this point. The High Priestess is generally a positive card. Interesting that very much like the Queen of Cups, this is a person who does not let their emotions be known. This person understands a lot of knowledge. She has a lot of knowledge, a lot of secret knowledge, a lot of information about many different things. She's at times referred to as the guardian of secrets. This person can be emotionally insecure and lacking in intuition. So it's sort of it's almost like you're trying to find a new way of moving forward. Maybe you reached a certain life point, and you're trying to figure out what is the best way to move from here on out, so that I have the most advantages and the most opportunities later on as I progress. Definitely the High Priestess is a reminder from the divine saying, pay attention to how you feel. Maybe you should stop and sort of evaluate your relationships, but most importantly, evaluate your feelings and evaluate the information that you have, because there's something that is hidden from you. There is something that is either purposefully being hidden from you, or but I mean, I'm leaning towards the purposeful, because for some reason I feel like whoever represents the High Priestess in your life is very smart. High Priestess is someone who is a pillar. She is an authority figure. She knows a lot. She has all kinds of expectations. She also has all kinds of intuition. She's a very powerful figure, and for some reason I'm getting that there is some information that is being purposefully hidden from you, which will eventually come to light, of course. The High Priestess in the challenging position could mean a very ruthless, a very selfish person, most likely a woman, that is affecting you, and maybe you feel in some areas of your life, maybe you feel a little bit of a negative vibration, low vibration. So make sure that you keep your eyes open and your ears open, just to make sure that you are extra aware of things that are happening around you, and the divine will show you the way. The intuition will eventually return. It may take a few days, a few weeks, maybe a few months, but it will come back and you will know the way. The reason I say that is because we've got the star in the present position, which is a phenomenal, amazing, wish granting card. Very, very positive. But there's also an element of something hidden that is going to slowly unravel to you. The star is clarified by the Nine of Wands, which is generally a card of a person who's worked themselves to the bone. Very meticulous, very methodical, just, selfless, working on something. Maybe it's something personal, maybe it's something like maybe working on a relationship. It could be like a love relationship, it could be someone like a friendship, but definitely a lot of work, a lot of investments has gone into some area of your life, to the point where you feel a little bit tired, you feel a little bit beat up, and sort of waiting, for the reward maybe to come your way. And the divine recognizes that because it's shining, the light on the Nine of Wands, suggesting that, in September there's going to be a piece of very good news, or it's going to be something really great that will lighten you up, that will spruce you up, that will make you feel like you are on the right track, and you are on the right track. I mean, the Two of Wands and the High Priestess, that is nothing unusual. It's a kind of a cycle of life that happens. Most people cannot feel confident 24/7 nonstop. So of course there's going to be a few moments where you feel a little uncertain, maybe questioning yourself, am I going in the right direction? Am I understanding, everything that is happening, and how, I feel about it and everything. The Star is a very positive card, and it's going to bring you wonderful things. It's going to bring you wish granting. It's going to make you feel easier about making a major decision in your life. It's also a card about believing in yourself. And you're a very strong person. You're a very determined person. For some reason, I feel this sense of really strong willpower coming from this reading. So you're definitely someone who will achieve your dreams again and again, because you do put, a lot of work into it. The future outcome position, we have the Two of Cups, which is a beautiful union of two people. This, love comes in different forms as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a union of two lovers. For some of you, it will be, but it could also be that you have a good partnership with someone. It could be that you have, a really good friendship with someone. Unfortunately, the Two of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Cups. Which again means that, when you add the 2 plus 8, it equals 10, completion, fulfillment, happiness. But the Eight of Cups is a card of self-discovery, and you have two people in this card, but only one person in this card. And again, it's nighttime, very much like the Star is a nighttime here. There's hidden information. There's something that someone is not telling you. There's something that you are not aware of, which again can be pretty normal, because not everyone just wears their heart on their sleeve. A lot of people keep their cards close to their chest and don't show. But it looks like, unfortunately, with this union, the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups, that you may feel that you're not finding, the satisfaction that you thought you would. And it looks like you've put in a lot of work into a partnership or a friendship in your partying ways. You are not necessarily sort of being overly dramatic or something, but it could be that you're deciding to maybe distance yourself to pursue something that is more meaningful to you, something that you always wanted. It does not necessarily mean that, a breakup is coming. It just means that you are maybe putting a little bit of distance to figure out who you are, or what you want. And it's not true that everyone knows who they are and what they want at 20. Every single person who looks back at their early self realize how much they didn't know, and realize how much they thought they were moving in the right in one direction, only to end up in a different direction. So life is about learning, life is about experience, life is about making sure that you acknowledge your emotions, that you allow yourself to feel negative emotions as well as positive emotions, but definitely making sure that you focus on attracting positivity a lot more, which of course involves meditating on a weekly basis, for some on a daily basis, making sure that your mind is not kind of getting one emotion stuck. Let's see what we've got from the energy oracle cards. We've got appreciation, beautiful. We've got action, and we've got patience. Very beautiful cards from the divine. Definitely appreciate what you have, because that makes you a stronger, better person. Let's see if I can pull up the further meaning of this card. And it says, it says choosing gratitude. And a lot of people, as you know, wake up in the morning saying, I adopt the attitude of gratitude, and especially in the morning, so that throughout your day you remember that very significant message. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience this flower, this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card upright is telling you that you have much to be grateful for, and like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there is more to come that you can't yet see. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and is guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. Action is definitely a very, very strong card. Suggests that don't waste time. This card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. The white horse is inner action of spirit and thought. The black one is the outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working so hard to create. And the results are coming. The patience card suggests that, the peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. Sometimes, we get impatient about things that really have no ultimate effect. The divine reminds us that good things take time. Good things require patience. So make sure that you surrender that part of your life in which you don't feel you can, like you feel like you've given it all. You've, tried everything you can think of. You've worked, yourself to the bone. There's nothing you can do, and maybe sometimes just taking a break, creates more action. When this card shows up, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on one option. When you think there's only one solution, to make you happy, you're blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, creative. Choose choose to be peaceful in the present. Let's see if what the answers from angels cards have for us. And I also pulled 3. And again, we've got take action, which is a reinforcement, compromise, and of course, unlikely is the, I think the compromise should be on the appreciation card, and unlikely is the patience. The Sagittarius, many people that I know of the Sagittarius sign do have a difficulty at times with patience. Especially if there's something that is so clear that they want, so clear that they need. Sometimes they kind of want it now, and they have a little bit of a difficulty, with having to surrender your energy, having to surrender to the higher forces. But definitely the divine here is saying that, whatever it is that you're focusing on hard is not going to come in September. It will come closer to your birthday. So I think that you will have incredible messages coming through, probably in the month of November, probably in the second part of October as well. So make sure to pay attention to that. But definitely this is the time to take action. The divine cannot reiterate that strong enough here, that it's time for you to work. Don't spend necessarily time on vacation or take time off, but this is the time to work, to put in the effort, to concentrate, to work on your plans, to work on your strategies, to figure out how you're going to achieve a goal. For example, just for example, if you're moving somewhere, how are you going to move there? What are you going to do once you get there? What kind of resources are you going to rely on? And so on and so forth. Just asking questions. Maybe take action in a relationship that means a lot to you. Where what are the words that you're using when you are working on that relationship? What are the things that you're trying to do to make it better, stronger, and so on and so forth. And definitely compromise. Compromise is not a weakness. Compromise, is an incredible tool that can be used to achieve the successes that I think you are kind of entitled to and that you deserve. You've worked very, very hard, Sagittarius. You deserve all the blessings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting. Please make sure to come back next week. Actually, I will be doing the first part of September reading, so make sure to come back for that. Feel free to leave any comments. I enjoy reading comments. It helps me connect with your energies. It helps me kind of sort of gauge different things. So thank you for leaving comments as well, and thank you so much for visiting. I'll see you next time.